Hi everyone! In this lesson, we're learning how to solve equations with variables on both sides. This might look harder at first, but the main idea is actually pretty simple. We want to move all the variable terms to one side and all the regular numbers to the other side. Once we do that, solving gets much easier. Here's the kind of equation we're working with. 3x plus 2 equals x plus 10. Since there's an x on both sides, our job is to organize the equation. We want all the variable terms together on one side, and all the plain number terms go on the other side together. That's the main goal for this whole lesson. Before we start solving, remember the golden rule of equations. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side. Think of the equal sign like a balance scale. If you change one side but not the other, the equation is no longer balanced. Let's solve 3x plus 2 equals x plus 10. First, I want to get the variable terms together. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That gives me 2x plus 2 equals 10. Now the x terms are together on the left, which is exactly what we wanted. Next, I want to get rid of the 2, so I subtract 2 from both sides. That gives me 2x equals 8. Now, I have 2x equals 8. The last step is to divide both sides by 2 so I can isolate x. That gives me x equals 4. So the solution to this equation is x equals 4. That's the pattern we're going to keep using. Move variables together, move numbers together, and then you solve. This slide shows the full process in order. Start with 3x plus 2 equals x plus 10. First, subtract x from both sides so the variable terms come together. Then, subtract 2 from both sides to clear the constant. Finally, divide by 2 to isolate x. So the answer is x equals 4. This is the basic structure for variables on both sides. Now, let's look at 5x minus 3 equals 2x plus 9. First, subtract 2x from both sides so the variable terms are together. That gives me 3x minus 3 equals 9. Now I want to get rid of the minus 3. So I do the opposite operation and add 3 to both sides. That gives me 3x equals 12. Then I divide by 3 and get x equals 4. This is a really common place where students make mistakes, because they forget that if a number is being subtracted, you undo it by adding. Sometimes you really need to simplify before you even start moving terms across. Here the equation is 4x plus 2 plus 3 equals 2x plus 11. On the left side, I can combine 2 and 3 first. So that becomes 4x minus 5 equals 2x plus 11. Now I solve like normal. Subtract 2x from both sides to get 2x plus 5 equals 11. Then subtract 5 to get 2x equals 6. Then divide by 2 and I get x equals 3. So before solving, always check if there's anything that you can simplify first. Now, Let's look at an equation with parentheses. 2 times x plus 1 equals x plus 7. Before I move anything, I need to distribute first. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 1 is 2. That gives me 2x plus 2 equals x plus 7. Now I solve like normal. Subtract x from both sides to get x plus 2 equals 7. Then subtract 2, and I get x equals 5. So if you see parentheses, distribute first before doing anything else. Sometimes variables on both sides equations do not have one normal answer. On the left, 2x plus 3 equals 2x plus 7. If I subtract 2x from both sides, I get 3 equals 7, which is not true. That means there is no solution. On the right, 3x plus 5 equals 3x plus 5. If I subtract 3x from both sides, I get 5 equals 5, which is always true. That means there are infinitely many solutions. So when the variables disappear, check what the numbers say. These are the biggest mistakes to avoid. One is forgetting to group the variable terms together first. Another is making sign mistakes, especially when you're subtracting or adding. Another is not simplifying first when you should combine like terms or distribute. And finally, do not forget the special cases. If the variables cancel out, stop and check whether the statement is true or false. Here's the order to remember. First, distribute if you need to. Second, combine like terms if you need to. Third, move the variable terms so they end up all on one side. Fourth, move the plain numbers away from the variable. And last, multiply or divide to isolate the variable. If you follow that checklist in order, these problems get much easier. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and try these 4 problems on your own. As you work, remember the checklist. Simplify first if needed. Move the variable terms together. Move the constants, the numbers, and then isolate the variable. Try to solve them before looking at the answers. Here are the answers. For the first equation, x equals 5. For the second equation, y equals 4. For the third, a equals 4. And for the fourth, x equals 3. And remember, it's always a good idea to check your answer by plugging it back into the original equation. If both sides match, then your solution is correct. Nice work! The big idea from this lesson is simple. Move variable terms to one side, move numbers to the other, and solve step by step. If you also remember to distribute first and combine like terms when needed, you'll be able to handle a lot of equations with variables on both sides. Thanks for watching. If you want extra practice, I linked my free workbook and website below along with my other platforms. And if this video helped, like and subscribe and comment any math topics you want me to explore for you for more step-by-step math lessons.